Plaintiff Samantha Hotelling is suing her ex-boyfriend William Orta for child support and emotional distress. Samantha says she and William began a sexual relationship when she was 15, and now they have a 4-year-old son that William never sees. William says Samantha has lied to the police to get him arrested and has kept his son from him for the past 2 years. He's countersuing for false imprisonment and emotional distress.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Jeanine Pirro presiding.
Hello, Jimmy.
Afternoon, Judge. You may be seated.
All right, Samantha Hotelling is suing William Orta, her ex-boyfriend, for child support and emotional distress. William is countersuing his ex-girlfriend for punitive damages due to false imprisonment and emotional distress. Okay, Samantha, let's start with you.
Hi, ma'am. I met William when I was 15. He was 19. We didn't really have a relationship. It was just casual sex. He was hot, so...
15, you're having sex?
Yes, ma'am. I thought
Casual?
I thought I was grown, so... But now I'm grown, so...
How old are you now?
I'm 20. So...
Okay.
I'm more responsible now.
Okay.
In between that time, I didn't find out I was pregnant until 9/11. I was in high school, a freshman, my ROTC year. We were raising the flag, and I passed out.
Okay. How old are you, William, at the time that you meet Samantha?
At the time, I was 18.
Okay. And you got her pregnant?
Well, actually, as she said, it was all casual sex. It was just sex.
I don't care if it's casual, intentional, reckless.
Well,
Did you
yeah.
get her pregnant?
Well, yes, Your Honor.
You got her pregnant?
Yes.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
I took a pregnancy test at the nurse's clinic. By then, they called my mom, and I had to tell my mom over the phone I was pregnant. She told me, don't bother coming home. She had my bags packed and everything. I made it home, finally. We talked and got it worked out. She told me not to see him or have any more sex with him and just let it go. 2 weeks after that, I skipped school, and I told him I was pregnant. When I told him I was pregnant, he cried on his girlfriend's shoulders, saying, how can I get a 15-year-old pregnant?
Did you have a girlfriend at the time that you were having sex with the plaintiff?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. Right before New Year's Eve, I was bleeding and had to go to the hospital because I caught an STD from him. I have the test to prove that.
Let's see. What is the STD?
It was chlamydia.
How do you know that you caught it from the defendant?
He was the only one I was having sex with.
Lie.
I just got out of a
Pure lie.
correction.
How do you know she was having sex with someone else?
The day that was New Year's, she had 2 guys with her. Obviously,
Did you
my
see him in
girlfriend
bed?
No, ma'am.
How do you know she's having sex? Because she's with 2 guys.
Because that's what my girlfriend had told me, that she
you know what
was
that is?
obviously...
That's classic hearsay. Your girlfriend told you what?
That she was with 2 other guys, that they were making out.
Right. That was Kevin, Your Honor, and I wasn't making
Who's
out
Kevin?
with him. A friend of Susie's, that when he was dating, and I ran into them.
Susie is William's girlfriend.
Was.
Well, Your Honor, she wasn't my girlfriend.
She a
it
friend?
was also just as a sex buddy type of thing.
You got a lot of casual sex friends, huh?
Well, but it was protected sex.
Well, how come it wasn't protected sex with a 15-year-old?
She was manipulating.
William.
Right.
You know what? I don't care. She got pregnant? You had sex with her?
That's correct.
Okay. Why are we here?
I'm here because I've repeatedly tried to let William see my son. He's 4 now. William has a
What's
history.
his name, honey?
Alaric Hotelling.
Talk to me about New Year's Eve. What happened?
New Year's Eve is when me and William got in a discussion about my chlamydia, how I had to be treated. I told him responsibly he needed to go get checked. He told me, oh, well, it's treatable. What are you crying for? He left, and like an idiot, I ran after him trying to talk to him. That evening, he was drunk. Things got out of hand. He pushed me, and that's when all the fight broke out between Kevin, Susie's friend, that I know.
Hold on. You're going to get your chance, William. Why? How did he push you? What did he say when he pushed you?
We were face to face, and I told him he was some vulgar words, and he shoved me by my shoulders, and I stepped back. And that's when everybody ran out and started fighting him. William pulled out brass knuckles, and they were fighting together.
You have brass knuckles, William?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you push this woman?
No, ma'am.
Okay. She's 4 months pregnant at this point on New Year's Eve?
4 or 5 months pregnant. I have a police report also.
Oh, you do? Let's see it.
There's also witness
Yana?
statements in there.
May I answer that?
No, you can't. Not yet.
The top part of it is the charges that he did get from that arrest. They arrested him on that date. Then they took it to court. The state picked up the charges, and on the 8th of 03, or the date that's on there, is when the state took it to court with him. He was already incarcerated at that time, and it was child abuse because I was pregnant with his child.
Talk to me.
All right, Your Honor. We met, it was only sex, you know. I liked her, she liked me. It was everywhere. My house, her house, anybody's house, and...
You got her pregnant, right?
Yeah,
I don't
was
care
like
where
a
it
cold
happened.
rape. It was
Now,
rape, pure rape.
Rape? You were raped?
Of
Let me
course.
tell you what happened here. She's 15 years old. It's called statutory rape. And you know what? You weren't raped. She was. Statutory rape means if you're 15 years old, you do not have the right to consent. And even if she says, I'm 27, you have an obligation to find out how old she really is. It's a strict liability crime. You should have been arrested and prosecuted for statutory rape. So don't tell me you were raped.
It's 2 years of a difference, Your Honor.
Let me explain something to you. We are not here to argue a legislative change to statutory rape laws. You were convicted of assault and child abuse. Now, are you telling me that you didn't commit the crime?
No. I was defending myself.
How come you were convicted?
Because they're the only, well, I guess I was the only one caught.
They have the names of the witnesses that you beat with your brass knuckles in
They
the
had
police
no
report.
face,
Don't
no
tell me you were
case.
the only one who was caught. They testified against you and told the police what you did and gave their names and addresses. So don't lie to me.
I didn't push her. I did not shove her. I did not
All right.
touch her, not even once.
Okay. So that all these people who called the police, who came to her aid on New Year's Eve, are lying because they don't like you.
Well, Your Honor, my mom called the police. Why? Because I had 5 to 6 guys following me with guns.
As far as I'm concerned, you not only, and by the way, it's not a question of credibility right now, William.
Yes.
Right now, the bottom line is you were convicted in a criminal court beyond a reasonable doubt. That means that the scales of justice were tipped like this.
I took the deal, that's right.
You took a deal. Okay,
Yeah.
next time, don't take a deal.
I won't.
All right? Go ahead. What else?
Once he got in jail and he was incarcerated, I tried writing him letters to tell him about my pregnancy on a friendly level. And when I had my son, he told me he didn't want to hear about it.
How many times has he seen the baby?
3.
In his entire life, and the baby's 4 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
William, focus. How much were you paying child support?
300 and something a month. It was $75 taken off of my my check.
Okay, and where'd you work?
It was a shingle delivering company.
All right,
Your
so
Honor, I have
yeah, go
court
ahead.
papers for child support that he was ordered $310 a month, but I have not received anything from him but $30, and I got that February of 08.
He told me that it was taken out of his check. Let's
I
see
never
that,
received
Jeanine.
anything of that. I have the court papers that he
Can
is
you
supposed
prove it
to
was
pay.
taken out of your check, William?
No, ma'am, I don't have.
Did you not
none of
know
that.
you were coming to court today?
Well, yes, ma'am, but I didn't have. I'm living in Orlando right now.
Okay,
I
so
moved-
what?
I just moved there for a month, and I don't have access to go.
Okay, you petitioned for a request or modification change of child support based upon your going to jail?
I did it in prison, yes, ma'am.
That way they wouldn't hold you up for arrearages. Do you work now?
I was laid off 2 weeks ago
Why were you laid off?
because there's no work.
When you were working for this shingle company, did you send her any money?
No, ma'am, it was coming out of my check. There's.
And you're saying you didn't get anything?
No, ma'am, I received $30 as a total amount back in February of 08.
Okay,
this year.
neither of you have evidence.
No, ma'am, I didn't.
No, ma'am, because I don't have the pay stubs.
You have a baby. You have a young woman here who's the mother of your child, who seems like a lovely woman. All right. And you've got a little boy right now who's 4 years old, who has seen you, according to you, twice and according to mom 3 times in his entire life. You understand that boys who grow up without a father suffer enormous damages. You know, without a father figure in their life, they're more likely to be suicidal, to be depressed, to not finish high school, to get involved in criminal issues. You wear that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I want to tell you this. I want to educate you. Is she letting you see the baby?
No, she's not.
Why not?
She broke
Because
all
he makes
communications
excuses, Your
from
Honor.
me.
We made a time for him to come by. It's an excuse. My car ran out of gas. I don't have a ride. I was working late. Whatever the
You
case.
have the right to see your child. The issue of child support is totally separate. You have an obligation to pay it. You can go to jail for not paying it. All right. The bottom line is the best interest of the child is that you see him and that you let him be seen. If you want to see your baby, William, you go to court. There is no reason in the world why you should not see this baby.
I do.
I
just been in prison for 3.5 years, Your Honor. He's only 4.
How long ago did you get out?
He's 4 in April this year.
How many times have you seen the baby since you got out?
None? She's
I
obviously
made
kept
attempts for
her
him to
away.
come see
I'm
the
not
son.
listening to either one of you anymore. I've explained what the law is. I've explained about custody, visitation, child
If
support.
I can, I'd like to see him.
You'd like to see him?
Yes, Your Honor.
So Alaric is here?
Yes,
If
ma'am.
I can, I'd like to.
All right. Let's bring him out, Jimmy. Oh, he's gorgeous.
Just like me. How can I deny him?
You can't deny him.
Of course not.
Not yo.
Oh my God.
Larry,
You tell Miss Pirro hi.
come here. Come here.
Hi.
That's
Larry,
William.
don't-
That's your father.
Oh. Larry, it's Dad. Come here. You don't even know me.
Okay. William,
I love you too.
he's a little boy. It takes time.
Look,
Alaric, can you say hi to Dad? Can you say hi to your dad? Do you know he's your dad?
look, that's your father, son. Look,
Oh, Larry.
What'd he say?
that's not my dad.
Alaric, I think that's your dad.
I am your dad.
It is. You haven't seen him in a
See
long
me?
time.
Yes, that's your father.
Why don't you walk over?
Mm-hmm. Hi. Larry.
You gotta talk to him,
Larry.
Bubba. Hey, it's okay. I'm right here. It's okay.
Look at me. Larry. Look at me.
Talk
Look.
to him.
You look at the mirror and you can see me.
Oh.
You'll be just like me when I get up. When you grow up. Just look just like me. Can I get a handshake? Can I get a hug? Mommy don't care. Okay. Come here. You look just Hold on. You grow up, be cute, just like me. Wow.
He's a beautiful boy.
Go in.
Thank you.
Samantha, this is a start. Samantha, this is a start. Now, this lawsuit is about suing for child support and emotional distress. I find that this is a court of equity. He has been in jail, and as a result of that, he has moved for a modification and doesn't have to pay child support, and then has another 6 months where he doesn't have to pay it. You better get a job, and you're going to start paying child support. I'm going to assume that that's the case. But what I want to do for you is I'm going to give you $1,000 in a court of equity and fairness for the time that he was in jail. Whether he needs new shoes, new pants, a baseball cap, or a winter coat, you'll have some extra money to buy it for him. You are now suing her for false imprisonment and emotional distress. Here's the bottom line. You were convicted in a criminal court beyond a reasonable doubt. That's not false imprisonment. You have no case. Your counterclaim is dismissed. You still have time to be a good father. You know what? What's done is done. You're going to get a job in the future. There's no question in my mind. All right? You have to believe in yourself. But when you look at him, you know that there is hope in the world and you can make a difference. My verdict is for the plaintiff.